Alright, let's talk about sex, but without the awkwardness. Pauses for comedic effect. I know what you're thinking. Did they just say that out loud? Yep, I did. We all know that talking about sex can feel like navigating a minefield. One wrong move, and it's boom. The room turns redder than a tomato, and your partner's looking at you like you just spoke in a different language. But guess what? It doesn't have to be like that. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to talk about sex with your partner, get on the same page, and make sure no one's cringing afterward. And hey, I'm even going to share a little embarrassing personal story. So stick around because this is going to be both fun and educational. Let's dive right in. Okay, first things first, let's get one thing clear. If you want to have a smooth conversation about sex, trust is the foundation. You wouldn't ask someone to do your taxes if you don't trust them, right? Well, talking about sex is kind of the same thing. So, build trust first. If you feel uncomfortable, your partner probably will too. Start by creating a safe, relaxed environment where you both feel comfortable sharing your thoughts. For example, don't start the conversation after a stressful workday or during a family dinner. That's like trying to have a serious conversation about ice cream while you're in the middle of a 5K run. Not ideal, right? Now, the key to a successful conversation is honesty. And trust me, you need to be the one to open the door for this. If there's something you want to talk about or something that's been bothering you, bring it up with kindness. Now, I get it. You don't want to be like, hey, your technique is like a rock trying to learn ballet. No. Start with, I love it when you, or what do you think about trying this? Make sure it's a two-way street, so it doesn't feel like a let's fix you conversation. Here's a pro tip. Humor is your best friend. Seriously, laughing about the awkwardness takes the edge off. If you both start giggling, it breaks the tension. I remember the first time I tried to bring up a sensitive topic with a past partner. I literally tripped over my words, and instead of, can we talk about something? I blurted out, so, how do you feel about llamas? Yeah, llamas. What? I was nervous, okay? But instead of being weirded out, my partner laughed, we both giggled, and we finally got the conversation flowing. That, my friends, is how humor can save the day. And no, we didn't talk about llamas. We got to the important stuff, eventually. Next up, be specific. This is not the time for vague statements like, I need more, excitement. Yeah, that doesn't exactly help anyone. Instead, give clear examples. Maybe you want more foreplay or a specific type of touch. Be like, hey, I really enjoy it when you do this thing. Can we try more of that? Simple, clear, and to the point. And if you're a fan of metaphors, use them. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you order the pasta but they bring you the salad instead. No one's mad about the salad, but the pasta is really what you were craving. That's your metaphor for the conversation. Get creative. Remember, this isn't a one-time thing. Communication about sex should be ongoing. Don't expect everything to be perfect from the get-go. Think of it like learning to cook. The first time you make a souffle, it's probably going to flop. But as you try more, you get better. And, like with anything else, patience is key. Don't rush your partner or yourself to get everything right in one conversation. I had a situation where I said, we need to talk about this thing, and let's just say, it did not go as planned. We both ended up laughing and not talking about it at all. So, yeah, it happens. But you have to keep the lines open and try again. No shame. Here's a quick communication tip. When you talk, use I've statements instead of you statements. For example, instead of saying, you never listen to me, say, I feel unheard when. It makes the conversation less confrontational and more about how you feel. Think of it like offering a high five, not a slap on the wrist. All right, you've got the tools, you've got the confidence, and now it's time to put it into practice. Talking about sex doesn't have to be awkward, uncomfortable, or anything like that. It can actually be really rewarding and deepen your connection. Communication is the key to a better sex life and a stronger relationship. So, don't be afraid to start those important conversations. Just remember, trust, humor, honesty, and patience are your best friends. Oh, and maybe leave the llamas out of it next time. Now, if you found this video helpful, Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss more relationship tips. And hey, leave a comment. How did you first bring up sex with your partner? I'm sure your stories will help someone out there. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep it real, keep it fun, and keep those conversations flowing. The opening lines should grab the viewer's attention immediately. The tone is lighthearted, friendly, and a bit cheeky, which sets the mood for a fun and informative video. Hook. Starting with "Alright, let's talk about sex," but without the awkwardness. Immediately lets the audience know that the video is about a potentially uncomfortable topic, but in a way that promises to make it easy to digest. You're setting up an expectation that you'll help them tackle the awkwardness and make the conversation feel natural. Build curiosity. You add some humor by teasing the awkwardness of sex talks. One wrong move, and it's boom. This exaggerates the fear many people have when talking about sex, making it relatable. The bit about the room turning redder than a tomato adds a lighthearted tone to ease the tension around the topic. Point. Building trust is the foundation of any relationship, and talking about sex is no different. If you want an open discussion about intimacy, you have to ensure both partners feel safe. Humor. The analogy of trying to talk about sex, like asking someone to do your taxes if you don't trust them, brings humor to the situation and shows how important trust is. Practical tip. Highlight that timing is crucial. Don't try to start these conversations during stressful moments. Bringing humor into how bad the timing could be, like bringing up sex during a 5K run, creates a relatable visual for the audience. Point. Honesty is crucial, but kindness makes it easier. You can't go straight into the conversation in a way that might feel like criticism. Instead, frame it as a constructive dialogue. Humor. The use of the example, "Your technique is like a rock trying to learn ballet," is a humorous but exaggerated way of showing how harsh criticism can come across. This sets up the point that gentle, constructive language works better than blunt statements. Personal example. Sharing how you might have clumsily brought up a sensitive topic adds relatability and humor. Your personal experience about how you once blurted out something completely random, like llamas, adds an extra layer of relatability, showing that everyone feels awkward at some point. Final encouragement. Closing with "keep it real, keep it fun, and keep those conversations flowing" is a motivating and friendly way to leave the audience with a positive, upbeat feeling.